Respectability is not something that can be demanded. It is something that must be earned through the quiet strength of sincerity, patience, and consistency of character. A truly respectable woman does not seek attention, nor does she boast of her worth. She allows her character to speak for her, through her honesty, her kindness, and her composure in all circumstances. Her strength lies not in loud words, but in calm principles that never waver. She does not compromise her values to win approval, because she understands that true respect can only come from living with self-discipline and grace. A respectable woman knows that every word she speaks and every act she performs becomes part of her reputation. Therefore, she guards her tongue from gossip and her heart from malice. She treats others with fairness and humility, but she never allows anyone to take advantage of her goodness. Her respect for others never costs her own dignity, for she carries herself with quiet confidence. In her speech there is gentleness. In her silence there is wisdom. Those who meet her feel a sense of peace and admiration, not because of her appearance, but because of the calm strength that radiates from her soul. Such a woman understands that life's trials and challenges are not there to break her, but to shape her character. She endures hardship with patience, knowing that every test refines her strength and polishes her worth. Her respectability grows from how she faces adversity, with courage, humility, and faith in God's wisdom. She does not let bitterness take root in her heart. Even when wronged, she chooses forgiveness over revenge, understanding that real greatness lies in rising above anger. Her respect increases in the eyes of people because she carries herself with maturity, always keeping her faith above her emotions. A respectable woman values her commitments. She fulfills her promises, keeps her word, and takes responsibility for her actions. Whether as a daughter, a wife, a mother, or a friend, she performs her roles with care and devotion. She does not seek perfection, but she strives for sincerity. Her respect is built not on appearance, but on reliability, because people trust her. They know she stands by her values even when no one is watching. This honesty and consistency become the pillars of her dignity. Moreover, a respectable woman knows how to balance modesty with confidence. She does not belittle herself, but she does not allow pride to rule her heart either. Her humility makes her approachable, while her self-respect makes her admirable. She neither competes with others for attention, nor measures her worth through comparison. She understands that every woman has her own journey, her own strengths, and her own purpose designed by God. Her respectability comes from recognizing her value without arrogance, and her limitations without shame. She also recognizes that respect begins at home. The way she honors her parents, cares for her family, and supports those in need becomes a living example of her nobility. Her presence nurtures love and order in the household. She is the moral center that keeps her family grounded in values. Even when her efforts go unnoticed, she continues with dedication, for her reward is not worldly applause, but inner peace. Such a woman is the backbone of every stable and honorable home. Her children grow up learning kindness, honesty, and reverence from her silent teaching. A respectable woman is also mindful of her faith. She knows that without faith, respect becomes hollow, and without morality, dignity fades. Her connection with her Creator gives her the strength to rise above temptation and confusion. She prays not only for herself, but for the peace of her family and the betterment of others. Her faith gives her direction, her patience gives her grace, and her wisdom gives her balance. Her respectability is therefore not merely a social image, it is a reflection of her spiritual light. Her calm nature inspires others to be better. In her presence, men feel the need to behave honorably, and women feel encouraged to uphold their own dignity. She becomes a silent reformer, changing hearts not by words, but by example. Her life proves that power does not lie in dominance, but in self-control, that beauty does not lie in display, but in decency, and that true respect is earned through quiet perseverance, not public recognition. The beauty of a male-dominated society is only because of the entity of a woman, an entity that God has blessed with divine strength and unmatched tenderness. She is the cradle of humanity, the teacher of values, and the guardian of compassion. Her respectability is not just her personal virtue, but the cornerstone of civilization itself. By virtue of her God-gifted abilities to give birth, raise her children with love, and build homes filled with care and moral values, she becomes the architect of a noble and progressive society. When she is respected, the entire community flourishes. When she is dishonored, the moral fabric of society begins to decay. Thus, a respectable woman is the most precious jewel of any nation, shining not with wealth or status, but with the brilliance of her virtue, her modesty, and her unwavering faith. Her respectability is her true legacy, and through her, generations learn the meaning of honor, compassion, and grace.